Hi, I'm Vanessa Lambert, founder and creator of Be the Wellness and Unveil Your Wellness. I help people just like you become fitter, healthier, and experience better balance and peace of mind in their lives. When I'm not wearing my health coach hat, I'm also a singer-songwriter and performance artist. So having both a music career and wellness company, I've had to learn some really important lessons when it comes to my own balance and how I set goals for myself and how I reinforce those positive habits and don't make things more stressful than they need to be. So in this video, I want to talk to you about goal setting and how to set goals that are attainable and will create positive feedback to help you keep striving to reach and uncover your next highest potential. So, many of us have heard throughout our lives that the key to success is setting goals and then following through. And although this is partly true, I want to talk to you today about how to set goals in a concise fashion that keeps you excited and engaged and consistently driven. So for instance, when I decided I wanted to be a singer, I just dropped everything. I moved to Nashville, I started waitressing to pay for guitar lessons and songwriting lessons, and eventually my first album. And when I moved out there, I set this goal that I would do all of this. I'd move to LA within a year, I'd get a record deal, I'd go on tour, and basically I would be well into my career within a year. And obviously that was a pretty lofty goal in a short period of time. And to be quite honest, goals like that require time to mature and fall into place. So it's not that the goal was bad, but I forgot and I just set myself up to recognize that the smaller successes along the way weren't as important. So I always felt like a constant failure. And yes, it's great to dream big, but large, broad, sweeping goals can sometimes have the opposite effect and can unfortunately cause us undue hardship. So we start to feel disappointed and like we haven't achieved everything we set out to in a short amount of time. So when I looked back, throughout much of the year, I was actually, I was able to move there. I was able to support myself and write and record my first album, move back to LA and further pursue my career and do all these wonderful things, but I couldn't celebrate it because in my mind I'd failed. So it's been only in the last few years that I've really learned that goal setting doesn't have to be failure inducing. And in fact, if I'm able to recognize the gains that I'm making, I'm more encouraged to keep striving and I'm more excited about my dreams. So this is one of the biggest mistakes we see people make. They set goals and expectations of themselves that are so difficult to reach that they consistently reinforce to themselves that they're a failure. So, for instance, if your goal is to make $1 million running your own business, then first set an attainable goal which you feel you can immediately be successful in, like making your first sale and then your first 20 sales. Or if you want to lose weight and feel healthy, set some small goals like eating healthy and exercising for one entire day and then a whole week. This is a really big deal in the beginning and you should celebrate every success along the way. Number 2. It's really important to decide who you are. We talk about this in our year-long wellness program, Unveil Your Wellness. And the idea is that rather than saddling yourself with far off distant goals or, ideas of who you'll become, decide who you already are. Decide, I'm the kind of person who eats right and exercises. I'm the kind of person who drinks plenty of water and gets plenty of sleep. And focus on things that you can immediately identify with, not something that you want to become. And then lastly, let's take a hard look at behaviors and see if you indulge in any self-sabotaging type behavior. Do you set goals that are way out of reach because emotionally you think you don't really deserve to achieve your dreams? And you may need to do some soul searching to really look and see if there's any behaviors that are getting in your own way. And I think this is a really huge thing to look at and work on. And one thing that I find can be super helpful with this is some kind of mindfulness or meditation practice. So even just 10 minutes a day can really start to work on some of those default settings that might be getting in your way emotionally or spiritually. So, in fact, if you'd like to try one of my free 10-minute guided meditations that I write and record to share with folks like you, then here's a link to a free download. So maybe that'll be just what you need to get started and get more present with your goals and who you already are inside. Because above all, you're already happy, healthy, beautiful, well-balanced. Connect with that which already is true. Thanks for joining me in this video. Keep dreaming, keep reaching for your goals, and by all means, feel free to download the free meditation and see if that helps get you more focused and centered on the true you that already exists. I'm Vanessa Lambert. I'll see you soon.